Means that
Well, hello everyone, and back again for the next talk show. Also, in the new year of 2024. Well, it has been a new year for a while, over 2 weeks now. Didn't want to rush it, basically. So, well, let's talk about last year, 2023. So let's discuss what happened, how we changed our lives, or how I changed my life a little bit. And later on, we are going to talk about the plans for 2024, because we have a few. So in 2023, I become, well, healthier. That's probably the short explanation here. I had a good reason for that, because I wasn't that healthy. Now I become healthier. And very important, if not the most, you have one health. And it's one of those rare things you can't really buy. So you need to look after it. So I had to realize I have to do that myself as well. Training, eating habits, etc. is, to be honest, that is something I don't need to talk about it. Everyone has different ideas, and the internet is full of with those advices, as you probably know. So yeah, that's what it is. Drinking habits. Oh, that's an interesting one. For nearly half a year now, I ditched beer, wine, liquor, and fruit juices, basically. So I don't really drink those. Kept the spirits sometimes, just for good measures. Business or pleasure, as you know. As for social media, that's another exciting situation for myself. After a bit of planning and utilizing this room, what you can see around me, to be a studio, so that was another big plan basically. I changed it. It was a small room. It was my basic computer room, and I just changed it a bit. I clicked on a button. I'm going to turn this off now. The mouse. Twitch streams are ongoing as of 2024 as well. I've been streaming on Twitch for a good nearly 10 years now, about 9 years I believe so. I started about 2015. Again, I started because I wanted to learn English, and I wanted the interaction, the verbal interaction with people. So I started streaming. Gaming, obviously, gaming always been a kind of a big passion for myself. And that's what it is. Twitch is kind of still going. However, there will be a few changes here. I'm still playing the D2R, which is the Diablo 2 Resurrected. I'm playing that game since 2001. Yep. What's that? Nearly 23 years now. Yes, that's quite a bit. To be honest, back in the day, it's called Diablo 2. I think Lord of Destruction or something. Yeah, LOD. That's it. That's what it was. Then it kind of changed to D2R, which is like more modern graphics. And that's what I'm doing. So gaming is fine. I quite like that game, and it's quite involved when it comes to mathematics, and that's it. Rumble. Oh, yes. I started the Rumble account as well, and later on I'm planning to do a bit more on that too. At the moment, I'm just uploading some of my videos there, but it's still good. Later on, hopefully, it will become quite a good platform. So, I quite like it. Instagram, TikTok, and X, formerly known as Twitter. Those accounts, most of them, the good old staff accounts, I created them years ago, and then recently I started to work on that. But most importantly, or mainly, the YouTube channel, that's what I decided around November to work on it. And I always use that as upload my streams, which I normally record, and then I upload them and basically just store them. But recently I started to upload more videos there, shorts, short videos, longer videos, live YouTube streaming as well, so the whole lot, basically. The next point I would like to talk about 2023 is, well, fashion. That's I never been a fashion guy, so I would like to say that. So it's a bit of an interesting situation. I'm just kind of getting used to it. Shirt, tie, watches, wrist watches, good and sharp appearance, that kind of situation I'm talking about. Working on it, but to be honest, the seed of the idea has been planted. So yeah, I'll keep working on it, and well, we'll see where that goes. And because that was pretty much 2023, I would like to talk about, or I wanted to talk about. Here, I've got next to me, which you don't see, see it now. This is a first edition Charles Dickens book from 1837. Yep, you heard that well. So it's quite an old book, nearly 200 years old, nearly 180, but yeah, nearly 200 years old, and that is a lot. I cannot even imagine, because it's a lot of years, a lot of 365 days. So yes, so this is the book. It's called The Pickwick Club, which is, I don't know too much about it. I know about Charles Dickens, and I read a few books about him. I haven't read this one. Just briefly would like to show you a few things here. This is an illustrated book, it's quite rare, put it this way. A very good quality of this book can go for like roughly about £2,000, something like that. So yeah, but yes, this is illustrated, and there is right in the beginning. Ooh, not gonna see much. That's it. There's some handwriting in there, which later on I'm going to try to find out what type it is. It's definitely written by a black ink, but it's one of those, the feather stuff, ink and inkwell and that kind of stuff. So it's quite crazy. Definitely an oldie. And oh yes, there you go. Illustration. I would like to find. Ah, that's it. It's down here. So London, blah blah blah. MDCCC XXXVI something. So M is 1,000, D is 500, CCC, that's C is 100, so that's 1,800. 3X is that's 30, V is 5, so 1835 plus 2 I's, which is number 1, so 1837. That was a that was a quick recap on, you know, Roman numbers. Ooh, oh yes, and yes, that's definitely okay. I don't know how much you can see that. But it's definitely an old one. And just more. Oh, it's got that old book smell. So another illustration in there. Very, very, very interesting situation this one is. And because back in the day I was quite involved in books, so I know a few things about books. This is a good find, and yeah, I've been given this book by well, my friend, sister-in-law, if I can say that, and yeah, she said like, oh yeah, try to sell it, etc., etc. And then later on, when I was looking into it, I decided it's probably not worth selling. It's probably better if we keep it. So she agreed to. So that's it. She's a keeper. Right, back to it. So that was just a quick mention of this book, which I'm quite fond about. And let's talk about 2024. And today's date is the 17th of January, best of my knowledge. Yeah, I waited over 2 weeks for this podcast or talk show, whatever it is, because I didn't want to rush it. You know, everybody started to do the streaming in New Year's. I was waiting and was like kind of waiting for like what's going to happen in the first 2 weeks. Well, not much, but here it is. So here comes the new year, 2024, warplans coming up. Let's see what's going on. And well, I would like to keep up with the above mentioned good habits, you know, changing life and all that stuff. And I'm not changing life, just become like a better myself. And I'm also trying or going to look into digital marketing and social media. Yes. I'm only behind a good decade, a decade after this, so it's seriously, yeah, I'm a slow starter, but I'm going to look into it, going to learn a bit more. Again, I would like to make this podcast situation a little bit better and more interesting as well. So yeah, that's what it is. The thing is, however, everything on the internet is so quickly changing, and yeah, extremely rapid changes everywhere, and people are like, oof, this happened, that happened. Jump on the bandwagon. That's very important. A lot of people is like, oh, something new. Oh yes, I'm going to do that, or just go ahead with the good old things. I don't know who is right or wrong. That's not the case to decide. But yes, that's what it is. So I'm going to look into this one. I'm also trying a new language to learn. I believe so. Well, I'm quite okay with the English now. I can talk. I'm not perfect. Well, no one is. Definitely not perfect. Definitely, I have an accent which I'm planning to keep. Thank you. Um, but the situation is, I'm thinking about, yes, picking up a new language, which is number 4 on the list of most popular languages, and that is Spanish. Yep. Um, so far, I have a Spanish school dictionary. It's about this big and this thick, and some idea how to start the language. I have 3 or 4 points ideally to follow when it comes to learn a new language. I wrote a few things down, so obviously it's quite a bit. The first point of learning the language, these are actually not facts, these are my opinions only, basically, because I already learned one new language in my life, or more than one, but yes, let's just say one extra. So I observed a few things regarding that. So the first point is, put yourself in the environment of the new language. Ideally, that would be the case that if you want to learn Spanish, you move to a Spanish area. At the moment, that is not possible. So here comes the second point, or actually, that's the 0.0, is to build up the dictionary, to learn as many words as possible. The second point now is learn phrases in the new language and repeat them in scenarios. That's what I did with English. That will give you a bit of a time to think about your reply, and you don't look like, ooh, I don't know what to say, I'm stopping, I'm frozen, that kind of situation. So learn new phrases, and then when it comes to it, let's say instead of just saying thank you, it's like thank you very much, that's very kind of you. See, already a few seconds here, you learn this, a few seconds here, you can think about it, what are you going to say next. It helps a bit. And finally, oh, that's most important and probably the hardest bit, think in the new language. That's the most important, I believe so. Most of the people, they hear something in the new language, they translate it to their own language, they think about their answer, they translate their answer in the new language, and then they say it. See how long this pattern is. So very cumbersome and lengthy. Good idea to cut out the middleman, too much thinking, and think in the new language. Easier said than done, but well, that's the case. I used to do that when I was learning English. Let's say I was sitting on a train, I was looking out the window, and I went like in my head, obviously, because my head is very loud inside, so there's a lot of talk going there. So I started to say like, I am sitting on a train, I am looking out the window, I can see this. So these were very, very simple sentences, but it helped me to grasp how to think in the new language, etc., etc. Yeah. So that's about the new language. So I'm trying. I'm going to try to learn Spanish, and well, we'll see. We'll see. Definitely going to study and going to watch videos. You go on YouTube, literally you can see and find anything and everything there, and well, most of them is free. you just need to filter it down. What is the most helpful for yourself, and then that's it. You can learn a lot of stuff. I just would like to say, I'm not very mechanical minded, but I managed to go on YouTube, watch a video about how to dismantle a lawnmower. I bought a lawnmower which wasn't working. I dismantled it. I refurbished the engine and literally everything, the parts. I repainted it, and that was about 4 years ago. And we're still using that same lawnmower. So there you go. Just need to do it. That gave me another idea as well, because I need to mention the situation is called overthinking, which is me. I'm an overthinker. Like I'm thinking every scenario in the current situation. Is this good? Is this not good? Blah blah blah. Too much, not good. So I need to learn how to become more successful in any ways. Right, back to talking about 2024, and that's the last part of today's podcast is YouTube. Trying to make it the main platform. Videos, streams, podcasts, short videos, etc. I started in November, which is a good 2.5 months ago, and it's fine. I'm quite happy about it, so it's great. I have a few ideas. So yes, back to it. I'm going to do a full podcast regarding overthinking and that kind of stuff. So yeah, as well. I'm just putting down as a memo for myself. So if I rewatch this recording, at least I can rely to it. And there are a lot more and a few more ideas, and later on you will see them. And that is it pretty much. There's a lot to talk about. However, it is definitely more to do, not just talk about it. So let's get to it, everyone. Have a good, successful 2024, and all I can say, be better. Be better than yesterday. It's great. Guys, see you next time, and bye.